Living in a first world country gives us the privilege of having access to globally sourced food, but have you ever stopped and thought about where the foods you love actually come from? After considering a combination of economic and environmental factors, many companies will outsource food from other countries, which is more often than not a detriment to both the environment and the workers involved. Knowing this, we have to consider making ethical choices when shopping in order to prevent supporting food which negatively impacts vulnerable parts of the world. Once you begin learning about the truth behind our grocery carts, it can be overwhelming, but luckily we have created a fun and easygoing way to learn how to shop ethically. Grocery Gamble is a simple, fast-paced, transformative, people-fun card game that lets you play as a rushing grocery shopper who is trying to be mindful of their shopping choices. Inspired by real-life grocery shopping scenarios, players are encouraged to sift through grocery cards as if they're in a grocery store. Each grocery card presents information regarding the sourcing and ethical nature of popular food items from each food group, and has an assigned point amount according to the ethical background of that food item. As for gameplay, each player is given a prompt card which tells them what kind of meal they're preparing to help guide them in their grocery shopping. Each prompt card also contains a mandatory ingredient which the players must try to include in their hand, while maintaining an overall low point amount and substituting unethical ingredients for more ethical options. Try to finish first against your opponents by pulling tokens from the middle of the table. If you grab a token before they're all gone, you get to keep your token, which will ultimately help you win in the long run once all rounds of gameplay are completed. Once you've finished, share your creative meals and count your points to grant a token to the one who did it best. During the brainstorming process, we grouped together over Discord and spent 5 minutes writing down individual issues we are passionate about. After that, we voted as a group on which issues we cared about most, eventually narrowing our idea down into one, which was ethical food production. From there, we discussed games we like to play, such as Spoons and Set, which led us to create a fast-paced card game. As a team, we play-tested these games and discussed which aspects of the games we enjoyed the most, and which ones would tie into our concept the best, ultimately inspiring the overall gameplay methods of Grocery Gamble. The main goal of the game is to collect cards with the lowest points possible, i.e. collect the most ethical cards such as organic items or locally grown items, and to present those cards as a fully realized ethical meal to your opponents. Your grocery cards must work together cohesively as a meal that makes sense in order to be granted a token for creating something both tasty and ethical. Players are met with the dilemma of trying to shop for their favorite ingredients to make meals, while also having to consider their carbon footprint. Players have to decide whether they want to create a meal that is both delicious and ethically sourced. Players must determine how they can use the information provided on the grocery cards to make informed decisions about the ethical nature of their meal while following a strict prompt that is both practical and creative. Additionally, the transformative goal of the project is to encourage players to remain mindful of their carbon footprint while still being able to shop for their favorite ingredients.